Hello, and this video I am doing a comparison of two characters in one of my favorite series of all time, Harry Potter. Now I know the series has been over since like 2010 or something like that, I don't remember. And, you know, most of us have watched the series, but at the same time it's still pretty relevant because it's something we've all experienced. We've all grown up with it, we've all lived with it. It's a big part of our lives and our culture. You know, there are still Harry Potter references made quite often. So my thing is, I'm comparing two characters. And the characters I'm comparing are Voldemort and Dumbledore. To me, they're almost the same person. Now, I know some of you are like, what the hell? That's not possible. Dumbledore is such a good guy. He's so nice to Harry. He's such a good person. He keeps Harry safe. I say bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Now, the reason I say that is he does so many things that are just as bad as what Voldemort does. Yes, Voldemort does it on a bigger scale, but in the scheme of things, it's probably Dumbledore that is worse. I say that because there's an expression that we Muggles, humans, use, which is, evil can only win when good men do nothing. Dumbledore is that exactly. Let me explain. For those of you who've only watched the movies, and haven't, sorry, my pants fell down, I don't know why. For those of you who've only watched the movies and not read the books, you wouldn't know some of these things. But one of them is that Dumbledore is the leader of Wizardnot. Wizardnot, or it's called a head warlock, or chief warlock, sorry, basically is the wizarding court system. And he could use that position to pass so many laws, and he's got a lot of influence against pureblood jobs, because purebloods are anti-Muggle laws, Muggle-born laws. I apologize. Basically, they're preventing the Muggle-borns and the Half-Bloods from getting really good jobs. This was a huge problem towards the latter half of the series, and other things like that. And that's one of the reasons why Weasleys are so poor, is because laws like that are hurting them. Dumbledore could fix all that. He really could have, like that. Laws to stop racism and stop the inbreeding and stop the sexism, against anti-werewolves, which there's a lot of anti-werewolf laws that Dolores Umbridge actually pushes into play, quite a few of them. You know, he could have done that. He could have, as the leader of Hogwarts, he could have done so much. And I say this to, like, the students. If you get the kids doing something, and he's been a teacher and a headmaster for a very long time, so he's been able to, you know, have time to fix all this. You know, he could have simply invented rules. You know, don't use the word mudblood or whatever, and cause everything to eventually, you know, secede out. And then there are other things. Yes, I know those won't make him a bad person by itself. They make him a lazy person, but the bad part is this. Let's start with the first thing. Let's start with Harry's. Let's start with Order of the Phoenix, and then, like, not the book, just the Order of the Phoenix. That's the organization, and then we'll get to Sirius Black, and then to Harry Potter. You'll see what I mean. Okay, for the Order of the Phoenix, they did nothing. They weren't allowed to kill. They weren't allowed to kill the Death Eaters. He always wanted to give them a second chance, despite the fact that people like Lucius Malfoy are rapists, murderers, and pieces of shit who, even after the series ended, were able to get scot-free out of jail. I don't get that. Dumbledore is basically saying, you're fine as long as you repent. You could murder and rape a baby, and you're fine. And that is ridiculous. That is horrible. Why would you do that? Okay, other things is, seriously, the war, there wasn't that many people. If you actually read the books, you would know that Voldemort had maybe 50 Death Eaters. And only like maybe 20 of them, not even like 15 of them, were decently skilled, really a threat. The rest were basically civilians. And yes, he had some smaller Death Eaters that were basically like, you know, flesh, we stand over here. They didn't really do much. They didn't really have much of a function. And it only got really big towards the second war. There was two wars. The first war is, you know, before the series. Second war is during the series. We'll get to that. Anyway, you know, there was so much more, and all Dumbledore really did was stun them. That pisses me off. And later, you know, in the actual book, Order of the Phoenix, you basically see that all he wants to do with it, all they're doing is guarding the prophecy and really sitting on their ass, sitting with the thumbs up their ass, doing nothing. And it's seriously ridiculous. I'm like, seriously, you are pathetic, Dumbledore. I don't like you. That part alone. Let's go to Sirius. Okay, as the head of Wizardnot, he could have basically said, Sirius Black, give him a trial. Sirius Black never had a trial. Sirius Black was imprisoned 2 days after Harry was placed into the Dursleys' house, which really bothers me, because it's like, seriously, you put Harry in an abusive house, but you're not willing to help Sirius Black. And of course, J.K. Rowling didn't know about this, so this is to continue things that just happened, but we still have to address them. And okay, Sirius Black was placed in there. Everybody knew that he was James's best friend, so why would he go off the deep end like that? Why did they suspect him? Yes, he was in a family that was very dark, the Blacks, but you know what? Lupin was was a dark creature, a werewolf. And then, I understand them not believing Peter Pettigrew would do something like that, but seriously, also there's no curse that leaves just a pinky, or ring finger, that's what it was, ring finger. There would have been more pieces. So, there's so many things that are there that he does nothing about. And as the head of Wizarding, he could have ordered at least a trial. Even if nothing happened, there's so much you could do. And I don't really get why the whole Wizarding world said he was the right hand of Voldemort. That makes really no sense to me. It really doesn't. But okay. Now let's go how he treats Harry Potter. This is the stuff that really makes him seem not all that different from Voldemort. I said, okay, first year. Okay, right in front, for first year, he puts Harry in the Dursleys. He says in Harry's 5th year, he knew that Harry would suffer. He knew the abuse that Harry would go through. He said, I knew I was sentencing you to 10 years of hell. Not exactly, there's a quote, I'm not going to bother getting it, but it's there. And basically what it says is he knows that Harry's life would suck. He knew he was sentencing him to a miserable life, but it kept him safe. I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit. I really do. Because he keeps on sending Harry back there. I'm sorry, there were so many things you do. Put Harry under a house with a Fidelis charm and have wizards and witches raise him, or put Harry under Fidelis charm and have him raised by house elves, or do something. Do something else and put him with an extremely abusive family. And I know that if Lily Potter if I were Lily Potter, and she's a smart woman, so I know she would do this, knew that they were in the war, she would have made a will for her son. And I know if she knows, how bad her sister was, and Dumbledore knew how bad she was, she would say, fuck no, Petunia gets no custody over Harry. No fucking way. No. Yet Dumbledore sends him back. I don't get it. Okay. The next thing is, okay, first year, Harry gets a letter that says under the stairs, cupboard under the stairs. Okay, that says exactly where you live. It's basically, it goes not only to your house, but it goes to your bedroom, saying that he knew Harry was being abused, or at least neglected. Okay, then you go to the point where Harry actually lives, actually goes to Hogwarts. Harry is constantly going to the hospital wing. And no one noticed the horrid levels of abuse, the neglect, which would have had an impact on his body. The fact that you live in this small space, living in that kind of small space does have an effect on your body. It actually does. It was one of the reasons it does have effects. It has effects on your eyes, for example. It would have made Harry's eyes a hell of a lot worse. Being in the dark like that so often actually does damage the eyes. If you're in a completely dark space for 6 weeks, you actually go blind. So seriously, no. They're wizards and they do nothing for Harry. I'm sorry, this is pathetic. Your savior and you treat him like crap. And Dumbledore knows and does nothing. Sorry, my neck hurts. I keep stretching it. Okay, then the whole first year, everything about first year. Okay, the entire area to the stone. I'm sorry, that was way too easy. If 3 first years, 2 that are pretty mediocre could get into it. Just makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense that 2 really weak first years and a pretty talented first year were able to get through something so quickly and so simply. It just made no sense to me. It really didn't. So, and that the fact that Dumbledore magically turns back, magically comes home just as Harry is getting hurt. I'm sorry, that makes no sense to me. And to me, it seems suspicious. It seems like conditioning. Conditioning, it seems almost similar to Stockholm Syndrome, but I can't remember the actual, it's not quite Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is when you have a connection to your abusers. He has a connection to Dumbledore, who's his hero. I think it's called the Angel of Death. I might be wrong. I probably am. I will actually look up the name later, and I will put it in the description box if I actually find the name. I will do that. So, yeah, then there's the fact that he sends him back to the Dursleys, knowing he's being abused. Okay, but he also does nothing, no psychological anything. For Harry technically killed somebody, that does affect you as a kid. As an adult, no, you do nothing? No. Okay, second year, okay, the whole thing, I guarantee you he knew. He can understand Parseltongue, so I think he would have been able to hear the serpents. I really do. He can understand it, so he would know. And he had 50 years to figure out what killed Myrtle. Yeah, he knew. He definitely knew. And the fact that his Phoenix was able to go down there shows that he not only knew, but he could get down there and did nothing to stop it. And he came back just in time, magically, to meet Harry. I'm sorry, that seems way too planned. Even for a book, that seems too bland. And the fact that nobody noticed anything with Ginny Weasley. I'm sorry, the deterioration of her health, which if you read the books, you'll see that she actually looked really sick all the time. She looked very pale, very tired, very jumpy. And nothing was done for her. No compensation, nothing was done. No one went down to the chamber and got the Basilisk corpse, sell it, get the money, and send it to the victims. Nothing was done. Third year, okay, he let Dementors on the place, and of course that's not counting all of the really crappy Defense Against the Art teachers and Snape. I'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, he let all these crap happen. Fourth year, he let Harry go, and he did nothing, and somehow did not notice that that Mad-Eye Moody, his really good friend, was an imposter. Seems a little suspicious to me, and he wanted to bait Harry. Fifth year, Order of the Phoenix, he abandoned Harry. He let Dolores Umbridge torture the students. Enough said. Sixth year, he was just a waste of flesh. He didn't teach Harry, didn't train him, nothing. He just gave him information, which information is power. Yes, knowledge is power, but it's useless if you don't have the skill to do anything. Seventh year, we don't really count that. But basically, he was raising Harry to be slaughtered. That's literally what he said. He wanted Harry to die. Not because he was being malicious, because he's being lazy. And to me, and the fact that he could have been sending Harry back to an abusive home and did nothing to help him, no psychological help for all the crap he had to go through, shows a man is almost as bad as Voldemort. Okay, last thing. Snape, Trelawney, and Binns, and McGonagall. Believe it or not. Snape, crappy teacher, constantly using the students. Dumbledore has nothing to do with it. I really, if Aurors, medics, and potion masters require potions to be a normal thing, then that would have gone because of all the abuse that Snape did. People won't be in potions. History of Magic, a really crappy teacher. Honestly, you should have fired the ghost. Trelawney just scares the crap out of people and does nothing. Okay, I know this was long. I know this was a rant, but I read Harry Potter fanfiction, and this was on my thoughts. It was in my head, so on my mind. So please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think of Dumbledore, what you think of Voldemort. What do you guys think? I want to know. Even if it's not related, just put it down. Please don't be rude, though, guys. I've gotten some rude comments from other people, and I deleted those. I don't like those. So yeah, I will, so hit the subscribe button, comment down below. I will put my Twitter down below and my Facebook. Please, if you want to subscribe, talk to me, whatever, I would love to hear from you. Yeah, that's it. My next video, I believe, is going to be on Severus Snape and why he is not a hero. Bye, guys.